If you run or advise a consulting firm today, you're probably already thinking about AI. Not in a hype-driven way, not because it's trendy, but because you've read enough credible research and you've seen enough change in the market to know that AI and automation are going to matter for professional services. The real uncertainty isn't whether AI will affect consulting. It's how to adopt it without disrupting what already works. This is where a lot of firms tend to get stuck, I think, maybe get off on a false start. They start focusing on tools or technology. They start with maybe use cases and even pilots, and they're not really ready to do that. And for a while, it was like they could be making some progress. Then things slow down and they just seem to maybe fade away. Not because the technology fails, but because the firm's operating model just isn't ready to absorb it. AI doesn't fix unclear workflows, and it doesn't resolve ambiguous decision-making, and it doesn't automatically create leverage if the way work gets done isn't well understood. In fact, when AI is layered on top of unclear operations, it often increases complexity instead of reducing it. It can be a time drag on its own. That's why so many early AI initiatives in consulting feel promising at first and then quietly just fade away. The firms that are seeing real leverage from AI are doing something different. They're starting by establishing a sequence of decisions. They're asking a more fundamental question. How does work actually move through our firm today? Not how we would like to think it should move or is described in proposals. Not how it's assumed to operate, but how client work really flows from intake to analysis to review and to delivery. That's what operational diagnostics are actually all about. They create visibility into where work can slow down, where decisions might be getting stuck, where senior judgment is needed and truly required, and where the same kinds of work are repeatable over and over again and don't need senior level involvement. Without that clarity, AI adoption tends to be guesswork. With it, AI becomes a leverage layer. With it, AI becomes a leverage layer. This is why I think the savvy consulting firms are beginning to think about AI adoption as a progression rather than a leap. It usually starts with discovery and diagnostics, making work visible end to end without blame and without jumping to any solutions initially. Then comes system design, where roles, decision points, and handoffs are clarified, so the operating model becomes explicit. Only then does selective implementation make sense, applying AI or automation where it measurably improves speed, margin, consistency, and quality. And finally, governance and optimization ensure those gains hold as the firm grows and evolves. Each step delivers value on its own, but skipping the early ones is where most firms can get lost and lose traction. The opportunity AI presents to consulting firms is absolutely real, but the firms that benefit most won't be the ones that move fast. They'll be the ones that move deliberately, with intention. Smart AI adoption starts with understanding how work actually gets done so that when technology is introduced, it strengthens the firm instead of distracting it. That's why operational diagnostics have become a starting point for consulting firms that want AI to deliver real, durable leverage.